You told your doctor you're having problems. He asked a few questions, maybe ran a blood test. Then he looked at you and said, "Your testosterone is fine. It's probably just performance anxiety. Try to relax." And you left that office feeling like something is wrong with your head, like you're broken mentally. You're not. He's wrong. And I'm about to prove it. Answer 3 questions honestly. First, do morning erections work better than evening? Second, does it work when you're alone but fail with your partner? Third, did this problem start gradually over months or years, not suddenly overnight? If you said yes to any of these, it's not anxiety. Anxiety doesn't explain why mornings work better. Anxiety doesn't explain why it started slowly. Anxiety doesn't follow these patterns. Something physical does. And your doctor didn't even look for it. Let me guess what happened in that appointment. He spent maybe 10 minutes with you, asked about stress, asked about your relationship, maybe checked your testosterone. Testosterone came back normal. So he said anxiety. Did he examine your prostate? Did he check for inflammation? Did he explain how your prostate affects erections? No. Because that takes time. That takes explanation. That takes more than a 15-minute appointment. So anxiety becomes the easy answer, the default, the way to get you out the door with a prescription. I'm going to show you exactly what he should have checked. And when you see it, you're going to be angry, because this is basic anatomy that medical school teaches in year 1. Your prostate sits right below your bladder. Wrapped around it are blood vessels, the ones that fill your erection and drain it. Running right next to it are nerves, the ones that control sensation and orgasm. When the prostate is healthy, everything works. Blood flows in, stays in, nerves transmit signals, no problem. But when the prostate swells from inflammation, and it swells in almost every man over 60, it starts pressing on those structures. Blood vessels get compressed, blood drains out too fast, erection doesn't last, nerves get compressed, signals don't transmit, sensation decreases, orgasm weakens. This is mechanical, not psychological. You could be the most relaxed man on earth, and this would still happen. Now let me explain why your answers prove it's physical. Morning erections work better than evening. Why? Because after lying down all night, the prostate shrinks slightly. Less compression. Blood stays in longer. By evening, after being upright all day, the prostate is maximum swollen. Maximum compression. Erection fails. That's not anxiety changing throughout the day. That's inflammation following gravity. Works alone but fails with a partner. Why? Because arousal increases blood pressure. Increased blood pressure makes the prostate swell more. With a partner, arousal is more intense. Swelling is worse. Erection fails faster. That's not performance anxiety. That's physics. Started gradually over months or years. Anxiety comes on suddenly. Physical damage progresses slowly. Month by month. Year by year, getting slightly worse each time. That's not mental. That's tissue degradation. Here's what makes me angry. Your doctor knows this. He learned it in medical school. He knows the prostate affects erections. He knows inflammation causes compression. But investigating that takes time. Explaining it takes time. Following up takes time. Writing anxiety and handing you Viagra takes 2 minutes. So that's what he did. And when Viagra stops working, because it will if the real problem isn't addressed, what will he do? Increase the dose, switch to Cialis, add another pill, blame your anxiety again. He will never ask why, because asking why means admitting he didn't look hard enough the first time. I need you to hear something. This is not your fault. You went to a professional. You trusted him. You did everything right. The system failed you, not your mind, not your body. The system. But now you know. And knowing changes everything. Here's why the wrong diagnosis is so damaging. When he says anxiety and you believe him, you start watching yourself, monitoring yourself. Am I anxious? Am I relaxed enough? Is my mind getting in the way? That monitoring creates anxiety, real anxiety that wasn't there before. Now you have two problems. The original physical problem he ignored, and new psychological anxiety his diagnosis created. You fail again. Now you're convinced it's your head. You avoid intimacy. You pull away from your partner. You feel broken, all because he didn't spend 5 extra minutes checking your prostate. The wrong diagnosis made everything worse. So what do you do now? First, stop blaming yourself. Right now. Today. This is not a mental weakness. Second, go back to your doctor. Or find a new one. Say this exactly. I want my prostate examined for inflammation and enlargement. I want to rule out physical causes before assuming psychological. You have the right to ask. They have the obligation to check. Third, address the inflammation. The prostate is swollen because of chronic inflammation. Decades of slow build-up. Reduce the inflammation. The prostate softens. Blood vessels have room. Nerves transmit properly. Researchers have identified compounds that specifically target prostate tissue inflammation. When inflammation decreases, many men report improvement. Not because their anxiety went away, because the physical obstruction went away. Link in the description. Imagine going back to that doctor 6 months from now. Prostate inflammation, under control, erections working, morning, evening, doesn't matter. And he says, "See, you just needed to relax." You'll know the truth. You fixed a physical problem he refused to look for. You don't need to correct him. You'll know. If a doctor told you it's just anxiety and you knew something else was wrong, comment, "He told me that too." Not for me, for every other man watching this right now who just left a doctor's office feeling crazy, feeling broken, feeling like it's all in his head. He needs to see hundreds of other men with the same experience. He needs to know he's not alone. He needs to know the doctor was wrong. Comment, "He told me that too." And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I post videos like this every week. The stuff doctors don't have time to explain, or won't. See you in the next one.